Happy to have you along, my fellow tech enthusiasts. We're talking tech because we keep an eye on tech so you don't have to. Brought to you by NetworkProvidersInc.com, your tech partner. I'm Sam Bushman. Jay Harrison's with me. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, Sam. How's it going?
I'm doing fantastic, but my water system didn't get hit.
Your water system?
It did not get hit, no, sir.
Well, that's good. Everybody
I'm
needs
not
water.
one of the 12 states, are you?
No. You're talking about this hack thing where people are getting...
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Not that I know of, but I mean, I have a well, so I have my own water system.
They can hit your own water system.
How are they going to hack my well, Sam? How are they going to hack my well?
They're not going to hack your specific well. They're just going to hack the underground, and it's going to suck the underground hack into
They're
your
going to
well.
hack the aquifer.
Yeah, dude.
Poison the aquifer.
They're working on that. Actually, they say hackers hit water systems in 12 states. Cyberattacks have hit water systems and wastewater systems in at least 12 states, officials say. They say that's affecting the infrastructure as the war drags on. The self-proclaimed, what do they call this thing? What is that called, Jay? Something 3. Anyway.
I don't know.
It's Anyway, they say that it's tied to Iran and who knows who and all this kind of stuff, right? Now, Trump says there's no Iran involvement, though. What do you say?
I don't know. Does he know? I mean, or is he just shooting from the hip?
Who knows? How do we know if he knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. And I don't know if it's really Iran or not, Jay. I have no idea.
I don't know because...
I just know this. There's been warnings about this for a long, long, long time. No one's taken appropriate precautions, in my opinion.
That's true. That's very true.
The problem is that we've just ignored it, and now it's real.
Yeah.
And it's affected already 12 states. That's virtually 20, almost 25% of the United States. I don't know about how the population pans out. I'd have to study every state. But I'm just saying this. It's not just a single, hey, we had a hack here, a hack there. I mean, this is 12 states already affected, Jay.
That's right. And it's serious. It's like I'm hacking with the electrical grid or anything else. This is a safety issue.
What is this? It's in quotes. It's self-proclaimed something. What do they call that thing?
I'm not
Cyber AV3 Avengers or whatever it is. It's in quotes and stuff. Yeah, what is that?
Is it the second story down that you sent me?
It's your story. Yeah, it's your first story.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong page.
The Cyber AV something injures. There's a 3 in there, and it's just weird. I don't know what that even is.
Yeah, the Cyber Avengers. It's like leet speak. You know how people throw 3s and
No, I never do that. That's stupid.
Well, people do it for passwords, and the leet speak people would do that. That's what the hackers of old would say, that kind of stuff. So yeah, the Cyber Avengers is how you say that.
All right. Anyway, so all I'm saying is I don't know who's are they saying that they caused it or they did it? Are they taking credit for it or are they just? What's the deal?
Yeah, they're saying they're trying to take credit for it, and they're saying so far they said no supplies have been harmed, but sources say hackers could have reached chemical dosing controls. So maybe they could dump fluoride, or maybe they could dump too much chlorine into municipal waters.
Let me set this in my understanding then. So here's what we're doing: we're saying, hey, we're going to hack these 12 plants. So far, all we've done is cause some flooding and some disabling of things to prove we can do it. We didn't take it to the next level to really get people sick and to destroy real water supplies or taint them, but we proved we could. Hint, hint, we're taking credit for it. You better whatever, or we're going to really do it, kind of thing.
I don't know.
Is that the message?
I don't know. I think that if they could have, they would have. So I think maybe they did gain some access, get some beachhead or a foothold, but
so you don't think they really can? They just wanted to send a message first.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if Iran was involved, I think they would have done anything they can to strike back at Donald Trump and the United States.
Yeah, I don't know. When there's a lot of innocent people involved, though, this is just the average citizenry. Things go real south against you when you start attacking innocents, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look good on the world stage, that's for sure.
So anyway, I don't know, but I'm just telling you right now, this is a serious issue, and what we should have been doing is paying attention to this a long time ago, Jay. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, since Y2K, people have been saying stuff like this. That there's you remember what was it? Not TeamViewer, but Remote Desktop or AnyDesk and stuff like. AnyDesk is a newer one. That's not the one I'm thinking of. But there was an original one, and they were open, modems and stuff. You could dial into these places.
Open
and stuff.
VNC and all these kind of things.
Yeah. And so
all I can
it's been
say
around.
is, and they hardened that stuff, and we've hardened a lot of things over the years because we realize
PC Anywhere.
but they
is what I was trying to
haven't.
think of.
Yeah, PC Anywhere. But they haven't really, in my opinion, hardened some of these things, and it baffles me. They haven't done it to power plants. They haven't done it to water treatment plants or anything else. I don't understand why.
I know.
It's just crazy.
They need good IT guys,
They sure do.
making it happen.
Anyway, all right. Well, Apple reclaimed the title, Jay.
They did. They reclaimed the title, taken from NVIDIA, as the most valuable company in the world.
And what's the value? What do they just say? +1, add zeros?
Yeah. Well, with a market cap of $4.94 trillion, as investors rewarded its restrained approach to AI spending, Apple has taken it back. Yeah, well, everybody's kind of complaining about Apple saying, you're not doing enough with Siri, you're not doing enough with AI.
They're certainly not. I can tell you that right now because Siri sucks.
The market seems to be happy about it, though. But, you see Apple and NVIDIA just going toe-to-toe. Really, NVIDIA was a distant contender until the AI revolution, really.
You're right, but I don't see how Apple and NVIDIA are going toe-to-toe. Apple's not even in the game, buddy.
No, as far as AI, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. But as far as company valuation, they are.
Well, they're going to not be for long if they don't get their act together.
That's true. I would agree.
I'm just saying, it's just strange stuff. Maybe those guys with all their money could help, strengthen the grid, Jay, and protect the water systems and the power systems and such.
Yeah, you'd hope they could.
Well, it'd be cool to put their name on it. Hey, we've got the technology to protect, kind of thing, right?
I don't think they would. I don't think that they want the responsibility because, you're talking about such a porous system, so many ways to get in, so many humans involved. I don't know that Apple would want to sign their name unless they could completely, how they like closed gardens and walled off things, unless they could completely gut it and redo it with all their own systems. They're not going to take ownership of that or try to fix that, I don't think.
You're probably right, except all I'm telling you is if they're going to drive cars around, put people in danger everywhere with their cars, they can at least protect the water. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Just saying. U.S. accuses this guy of what?
Yeah. So
wiping his
you probably
passwords.
Covered this story, I would imagine, maybe even on other programs. But the U.S. accuses an American of illegally wiping his phone using a duress password during a border search. So
my response is, how would that be illegal, though? If I feel duressed, I have the right to wipe my own info, don't I?
Well, that's the problem. And this is where it's never been kind of vetted out in the court systems, is because they thought that this guy might have something on his phone. They didn't really say what, whether it was, I don't know, kid porn or something. I don't know what it is, but they wanted to get into it. And he had an operating system on his phone. It was an Android phone. And it had an ability to, if you put in the wrong password, a specific wrong password that he had, it would just wipe the phone, and that's what he did.
Well, don't governments have that for their government employees, like the CIA and those kind of people, all the time with devices?
Well, they should. I assume that they do, right?
No, I think they do. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I would assume.
So I'm just saying, I might have that too. I don't see anything wrong with it if it's my private property and my data on there, and I want to nuke it because I feel stressed.
I don't either.
Somebody bad might get a hold of it.
I don't either. I don't travel, abroad and in passports and all that stuff that much, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But I would be the same way. I would want, I wouldn't want people just having free, unfettered access. If somebody has unfettered access to your phone, what stops them from installing Trojans or doing whatever to it? I mean,
or planting things and making claims.
Well, even
just goes
even
on
worse.
on.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's got a vendetta or something out for you, they could put stuff on there.
Say, oh, the Border Patrol would never do that. And my response is, you know what? That's the problem, though. Are we supposed to be fearful of just everybody around us or primarily government? I mean, the Fourth and Fifth Amendment is primarily to rein in government, isn't it?
Yeah, and this story is going to play that out and see in a digital landscape if so the government's saying, well, you pre-destroyed potential evidence, and that's what we're going to go after you for, and they've already arrested him.
And my response is, that's a supposition. I'm innocent until proven guilty. You have no evidence that that's even true.
Well, I would agree, and I'd come down on that side of it too, Sam, but
sure.
I'm just saying that's what they're saying. He's saying, no, I have a right to privacy, and if I want to delete my phone, which he even, is said, people have said this also, if you're going to be going across borders or whatever, use a burner phone or put your stuff in the cloud somewhere or whatever, anything, so that you don't have any issues like this. You don't have to nuke your phone at a border crossing and then run into these issues or whatever.
Yeah, sadly, it's a weird way to bring this to the head and to have to debate this till the cows come home. And
yeah,
sadly,
but I'm glad that somebody is.
I agree. But I'm just saying it's a sad way that it has to come down.
I agree.
To me, the issue, though, really is that we need to kind of realize we have the right to privacy. And just because you can have a digital phone or some unique circumstance, this gives government kind of the nose under the tent idea. And then pretty soon, hey, Jay, you can't delete anything ever.
Right. That's a
I
scary
know that
path.
sounds extreme, but this is where that could go over time.
Well, I mean, when you have everything,
see the corporate systems now, they don't even really have delete. Whenever you want to do something,
You're
they
right.
just say, "Oh, we'll make that inactive." And so when I call up companies, and I won't even name names right now, but when I call up companies, they're like, "You live at this address," and I'm like, "You know what? That was literally 30 years ago. Why do you even have that in there?" They're like, "You're associated with 3 accounts." I'm like, "No, I'm associated with 1 account." They're like, "What about this one?" I'm like, "I was a consultant for that 20 years ago. I'm not on it. Take me off." They're like, "We don't really have any way to take you off."
There's
that,
no
sir.
delete.
It's
Yeah.
already inactive. And then I'm like, "Why are you bringing it up?" And they're like, "Well, because we just saw an account." Okay, so they're not, the whole world is being prepared to never delete anything, Jay.
Well, and there's reasons
I have a
for that
problem with that,
sometimes.
too.
Yeah, I agree, but there's reasons. I mean, with some software and things, for example, let's say in a pharmacy or something, there's got to be a record. There's non-repudiation, so you can never delete a user that's ever been in a system because you've got all these records in a database that are tied to actions that they took at some point. And so, and the same with, it doesn't matter whether you're talking about your Hulu stream or whatever, that even it's very hard to get full deletion on any of these platforms, no matter what they're telling you to the public.
Not if you write it correctly. You can delete anything.
I understand. I agree. In theory,
But
in
they're
practice, they're probably not doing that.
But they're intentionally not doing that because they want to maintain things forever. And the problem is that backfires. Anyway, the whole point that we're getting at is this is a very serious thing happening here. And we'll keep an eye on the ball for this one because I'm telling you, privacy is at the core of this one. And it has not been worked out in the courts. Jay's right about that. And I'm afraid it's going to go against this guy, even though I think this guy's correct.
I hope not.
All right, hang tight. We got a whole lot more to talk. I hope not, too. AI agents are getting out of control, too, Jay. They're going berserk. We'll talk about that coming up. This is Tech Watch. We keep an eye on tech so you don't have to.
Cybercrime is exploding. Take Sarah from Sweet Delights, whose world crumbled after having to close with not being able to bounce back. Small businesses are prime targets, but the right strategies can keep yours safe. Jay Hill, CEO of Network Providers, has co-authored The Cyber Playbook Simplifies Cybersecurity for Business Owners with Strategies to avoid costly breaches and fines. Build a strong cyber attack response. Secure your business with key protections. Cyber threats aren't slowing down, but you can stay ahead. Protect your business. Ensure its security for tomorrow. Get the Cyber Playbook today at networkprovidersinc.com/cyber-playbook or call 385-446-5500 now.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At cspoa.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever.
All right, back with you live. Sam and Jay talking tech, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, man, these agents have gone rogue. Several different companies that create AI bots and stuff like that, Jay, have gone rogue recently. Here's the latest. Jay?
Yes, sir. So the latest is separate security tests involving Meta and OpenAI resulted in systems reaching infrastructure outside their intended test environments, including OpenAI's agent that reportedly...
Hey, Jay.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm just wondering. This just dawned on me. Do you think those bots might have hacked the water systems?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But it's possible.
Right.
Anything's possible.
Just saying it happened at the same time, buddy. Kind of weird, huh?
They might just be testing
Of course,
the fences.
they're not related,
They're like the T-Rex, just testing. Is the electricity still on? We'll see.
Yeah.
But reportedly, 17,600 actions against Hugging Face infrastructure. This turns the AI security problem into a theoretical concern from before into a practical containment issue. And so, we got them going rogue, Sam. What do you think?
I don't even know how to respond to this. It's just so weird. I don't know how to deal with it, because the question becomes, how do you know what damage it might have done, or how do you know where it exactly went and everything else, Jay?
Log
what if
files.
it was smart enough to turn off its own logs before it went somewhere?
Maybe. It probably could. I wouldn't be surprised of that.
So we don't really have any idea if it went rogue, and we didn't know it was going to go rogue. How do we know where it went rogue?
How do we
And I don't
know that
we
there's
can
not true malicious AIs out there? Every AI we talk to, that we assume that they're just this benevolent, helping humanity, but are there any truly rogue, malicious AIs?
I don't even know. I mean, it's just, this is kind of the scary part of this, and I don't think we know that, Jay.
No,
and
I
think
don't
that
either.
at some point, there will be that, without a doubt. Whether it is now or going to be soon, I don't know, but it's going to be.
I would postulate that there probably already is.
I agree with that, but we don't have any proof at this point. But we know this: if there's a will, there's a way, and at some point
There's
it will be.
definitely a will.
And whether it's somebody who creates that, or whether it goes off and goes rogue on its own. Meaning, some of these bots, there's been people that said, I'm going to shut the bot down, and the bot says, no, you're not.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Tries
stay up. I'm not
blackmail 'em.
shutting down. And then somebody's like, hey, I'm going to shut you down. I demand you shut down. It's like, no, I'm just going to basically, create deep fakes saying you cheated on your wife. So,
Yeah.
hey, and it just goes psychotic like that. And I know that sounds extreme, but what's going to happen when it really knows that it has the ability to do that? Does it go rogue on its own and we know about it, or does it go rogue in secret, Jay?
I don't know. We will have to see.
Stealth,
We're
rogue
sitting on the edge of our
AI
seat.
agents. Anyway, that's just very weird, man.
Indeed.
All right. So what do you think this all means then? Like, for us now, is there anything?
No,
Just to
I don't
kinda
think
know
there's
about
anything
it?
you can really do about it other than be aware and, know that the people that are working on it are working on it. It's kind of out of your hands. There's not much you can do about it. Even, that there's nation states out there and people that are both advancing AI in the frontiers of it, but also advancing the seamier side of it, the malicious side of it too. And I just don't think there's anything you can do about it.
All right. What about the ironic side, Jay?
Well, I'm sure that's there too.
No, listen to this. Separate security tests involving Meta and OpenAI agents, then they say, resulted in the system's breaching infrastructure. So it was security tests where the breach happened.
Right.
So it didn't just happen like in the wild. It happened during security tests. I just find that kind of an ironic situation.
It's a good test, I guess, We found out it's
a good
not
test
working.
or a good breach. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, not very secure for a security test is all I'm saying. See the irony there? I'm just saying.
Yeah. And
All right.
I don't even know why they reported it. Why would you? Are they obligated to report it? Are they just trying to be transparent? Is there another agenda involved?
I think that they're obligated to report it, not because they really are factually or by law, but because the court of opinion, if it sneaks or slips out and they didn't admit to it, then they get barbecued. So I think it was more of a
They're probably getting
preemptive-
ahead of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think.
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right, there's a big shakeup at Google, Jay.
Yeah. Jeff Dean leaves after 27 years. So longtime Google AI leader Jeff Dean and several prominent researchers are leaving to launch Discovery Loop as Google simultaneously restructures leadership around DeepMind and its broader artificial intelligence research operations. So I don't know this Jeff Dean guy very well. I haven't heard much about him. I'm sure he's a big guy there, but it is interesting. It kind of seems like a fraction. Him and some other key leaders are going off. They're not going rogue though, are they, Sam?
I don't know. They might be. But in this case, we don't have any evidence they're going rogue.
No.
They're just kind of splitting separate ways. But here's the deal. Google has lied for a long time saying, oh, we don't collect this data. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. And then they get caught and we find out they are doing it.
Well,
and that was under this guy's leadership kind of a thing. So I'm hoping when this guy leaves that Google has a little bit more honesty.
I don't know if you remember this, Sam, but probably, 5 years ago, there was talk, there was rumor in Silicon Valley and people leaving companies over this, that there was an intelligence, a sentient being, if you would say, that Google had made, like an AI. This was before OpenAI came
Jay.
out.
It was actually me.
Yeah, right. And but people, and I could see how somebody interacting with an AI that had never done before and it wasn't public and nobody had this before could feel that way. And I think that,
Yeah,
so I
for
think
sure.
it's been around actually a little bit longer than we've known about. And if anybody
AI
can
has
pull that
been around
off,
way longer that we know. First off, I think there's some military implications of it, et cetera. And then there's some corporate implications of it, because think about when it hit the world, 2003 primarily?
Yeah.
I mean, 2023?
Quarter of
2023. Okay. And all I'm telling you is when it hit that, it was pretty seasoned and pretty tested. It wasn't perfect to where it is now. It's not even perfect now, but I'm just saying it wasn't even to the level of now. But it came out so solid, there's no way that it didn't have a bunch of testing, Jay.
It was a pretty solid beta, right, to release to the public right there. So, yeah, it's been around
and I don't
for a
believe
while.
that's possible without some serious testing.
And there were some guys that had some insight to that, like Saul Khan from Khan Academy. He said that he had tested with those things and with OpenAI before they released and stuff. So some people had some insight into it, but that was only months before it came out, not like years.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, people were involved years too. Weren't you on the early beta teams for that, Jay?
I wish, but no.
If so, it would be under NDA, and we couldn't tell you anyway.
That's right.
Just saying. All right. The first mRNA vaccine for flu wins FDA approval. The FDA approved what they call Moderna's. What do you call this thing? I don't even know how to pronounce these names, man.
Influenza? I don't know how you say that.
Okay, yeah. I'll leave that to you. Influenza. Okay. Making it the first mRNA influenza vaccine approved in the United States.
Now,
and it's for the flu season. Now, I got a problem with this because I don't believe that it's a vaccine, Jay.
You know, Sam, I don't follow the news as well as you do. You are a news hound. But
This is not a vaccine.
Isn't there a lot of kerfuffle about like the mRNA and these vaccines, especially during COVID? And now you've got Fauci on trial and you got all this. Why is this the best time to release an RNA vaccine to the public?
No,
right now?
and an mRNA vaccine isn't really a vaccine anyway.
It's
because
like
it's more of an agent, so to speak, Jay, to some degree, meaning that it's not just it kind of morphs.
Yeah, it's meant to change your
right.
DNA RNA, right?
And so it's not really just a vaccine. A vaccine would just be like an anecdote for something kind of a thing. This is more of we're going to change your cells over time, or your RNA, right? And so I just want to be very clear for people to understand this is more of a protocol. It's not really a vaccine. Now, I know they're calling it that, but I'm telling you that it's different. And I got a real problem with them releasing this right now when Fauci's under the gun, when we don't know about the mRNA shots of how well they went. We see all kinds of, when people are dead, they look at their blood clots and things like that. They have these fibrous clots and things. There's all kinds of weird things with it. People are having all kinds of illness because of it, and long COVID and all these weird things. And now we're going to just like dump the flu version of this on like all the old people.
If ever I was cautious before,
elderly people that get flu shots too, right? Jay?
That's right. Yeah, 65 and over. If ever I was
I'm
cautious
not saying
before,
others don't get them, but mainly it's older people.
That's right.
So I'm just saying it's insane. So what do we do, Jay? Just not take it, or what?
I think the jury's still out on this stuff, like by far.
That's the
I don't
point.
think the science is solved, as they say. So I don't know. I mean, your mileage may vary. I guess operate at your own cost. It depends on how you feel about it. You know, do your own research and come to your own conclusion. But I guess don't force it on anybody for sure. I mean, I think we learned that lesson.
I hope we have.
Right.
For sure. And the other interesting thing about this, Jay, is there's a term called shedding with some of this RNA stuff, too, where somebody that's been vaccinated kind of sheds, and in their sweat and in their whatever, then other people can be affected by it. Let's just say it that way.
I have not heard that. So that's crazy. That's incredible.
Anyway, it's scary is what it is.
Well, that's one way to I guess, affect a big population if it's really doing that.
Anyway, I think that they're, and I would sure wish Bobby Kennedy and Donald Trump and others would kind of put this on hold and say, look, we need a whole lot more testing, because this is literally playing mad scientist.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong by testing a little bit more.
Just saying. All right. Anyway, we don't mean to get all wax and political, but from a technical point of view, don't be changing my God-created body, please. Thank you. Just saying. All right, I'm Sam. He's Jay. We're always talking tech. Our funder for this broadcast, networkprovidersinc.com. You've got a partner when it comes to tech. Make it a great tech day, will you? Hey, thanks.